I'm at work talking to this guy I'll call Andy, and he randomly starts telling me about his life and how he wants to change things and do better and become his best. And as I'm listening to him, I'm thinking in my head, you don't know who you're talking to, honey. You just don't know. And so when he finishes his spiel about how he wants things to be different, I stand up from my desk, I grab my car keys, and I say, we're gonna go. We're gonna get out of here. And he looks at me strange. He's like, aren't you on the clock? Don't worry about that. Because one thing you're not gonna do is tell me you have this ambition and you want to change, and I think I'm not gonna do anything about it. We're gonna go to the library. I tell him, look, I'm gonna show you the books that will change your mindset. And the minute you change your mindset, your life will change because your mind controls your reality. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but I was preaching to him is all I'm gonna say. So we get in my car and we drive down to the library, and he's excited, he's hyped because he knows things are gonna change for him. I'm over here putting encouraging words in his ear. He's telling me I needed this support, I need this push. Everything is going wonderful. We go to the library, I take him to the self-help section because all those books changed my life. And I'm asking him questions to figure out what he really needs help with and recommending him books, but I also want him to pick his own books because if he picks what he wants, he's more likely to read it rather than if I choose it for him. You feel me? So we get the books, we check them out, and as I'm driving us back to the office, I'm giving him advice on how to make reading into a habit. I'm telling him, just do 5 pages every day in the morning. As soon as you wake up, don't try to do too much. This is a small change you want to build up slowly because then you'll be consistent. I'm giving him top tier advice and he's eating it up. All right, now we get back to the office. He's got his book, he's excited, he's thanking me, and now is the perfect time for him to get started reading. And I tell him that because he won't do nothing. He was just chilling with me and there was nobody in the office. Why not crack open the book and get started on your 5 pages? Now, he doesn't do that. Instead, he puts the books down, he pulls out his phone, and for the next hour, he scrolls. He doesn't even look over at the books, and when he finally finishes and is satisfied, he tells me he's gotta go. He gets up, still scrolling, and leaves the office without the books. It is in that moment that I am filled with despair, sadness. My heart breaks because this is a man who has the voice of ambition speaking inside of him, but he's unable to act on it because he is suffering from brain rot. He is a zombie to his phone, and for a long time, I was. My 20s was going downhill because I had horrible brain rot and all I wanted was to entertain myself and stare at screens and waste away, and I hated that because just like Andy, I wanted to do better, but I'm not that way anymore. I've cured my brain rot and my priorities in life have drastically changed. Now I'm making the best use of my 20s and I'm living a much fuller, happier, engaged life while I'm making progress on my goals and feeling in control of things. I don't feel like my future is gonna be crap anymore. I'm excited for my future because I'm making things work right now. And I want to share what I learned with you so that you can have that same outcome. Because you might be how I was in my early 20s, where life is going downhill because you were just entertaining yourself and your brain rot is holding you back. But no worries, we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna show you the one thing you gotta start looking for. But before I get into that, if you don't know who I am, my name is Faith, and my entire goal with this page is to help you reach your goals. Now, if you're serious about that and you want to change your life and reach your goals, go down to the first link in my description, click that, and I will see you there. You can achieve so much in this day and age, but you never will if all you're doing is watching brain dead content and wasting away. But you're never gonna feel a sense of urgency to change things until you get this one thing that most people aren't looking for anymore. And in fact, it's this one thing that almost made me cry on a call with a client. I'm on the call with one of my coaching clients, and he tells me, ever since we started working together, I've stopped waking up with existential dread. And when I heard that, I almost cried because years earlier, I had found my purpose, and that was to help ambitious people like him. And I was so far away when I found that purpose. And when I figured it out, I had to learn so many different things. I had to learn how to market, how to make content, how to public speak, how to become a master in productivity. There were so many things I had to learn that took years to learn. I had to make sacrifices. I literally moved back home to my parents' place so that I could focus on improving myself and gaining the skills needed so that I could act out my purpose. And now I was finally doing that. I was finally at the end of the payoff, and I felt so good. Now the biggest question is, how did I endure all of that? How did I go through the years of improving myself? How was I able to leave the town I was in, while I was staying with my best friend and had a social life and having fun, to move back home with my parents in the small town, away from my friends, so that I could commit myself to the grind? How was I able to do all of that? Especially in a world where we're all addicted to stimulation. The only thing that made everything change for me was the fact that I found my purpose. And I'm telling you, when you find your purpose, everything changes. And the best way I can put this shift in your mind is, a while ago, I was at the thrift store trying to find pants, and I couldn't find any good pair of pants anywhere. Then I asked myself, well, what kind of pants am I looking for? And I said, I really just want pants that I can walk for miles in. As soon as I had that goal in my mind, I started seeing good pants everywhere. And so before I had the goal, I couldn't find anything. I didn't know what I was looking for, but when I had the goal to find pants I could walk in, nothing in the store had changed. The only thing that changed was the goal in my mind. I finally saw pants I wanted. And your purpose is the same way. Your purpose is your ultimate goal in life. And when you find that, everything will change. Your 20s, they're meant to be finding your purpose, to develop your skills in that, and to have fun along the way. But if you are a zombie to those screens and letting your brain rot away, you're not going to be doing what you got to be doing in your 20s. Finding your purpose, developing yourself, having fun, and setting up your 30s for a life of complete freedom. Because you spent that decade doing what truly matters. So you gotta break free from that brain rotting content. You gotta break free from staring at screens all day like a zombie. And I know that you want to achieve greatness. I see that in you. Everybody you come in contact sees in you the greatness you have. You see it too. But these screens, they're ruining you. And you don't deserve that, because we need what you have. We need it. Or you can be like the average person. Because the average person, they don't have a purpose. So what are they waking up for? They're waking up for what society put on them. And what has society put on us? Work a job, entertain yourself, have fun on the weekends. So they're waking up to either go to their job, to either scroll on their phone, or to either turn up because it's Saturday or it's Sunday. And what do you think that gets them? What do you think that gets the average person whose only aim in life is to go to work, entertain themselves, and enjoy the weekends? Nothing. It gets them to a place where they're looking back on the life, the old, and they regret it. But that's not you. You are not going to regret your life, because you're going to live it to the fullest, because you understand how powerful finding your purpose is. And if you don't have it right now, make it your purpose to find your purpose. I'm telling you, things will change for you. Things will change. Now, if you got this far and you have not yet subscribed, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe, because I'm making post videos Monday through Friday, all designed to make you your best and help you reach your goals. Ultimately though, if you want to reach your goals, there's only 3 things you gotta do. One is take action. And the action step you can take today is to start thinking about your purpose. Give yourself time after this video to sit down and think, what is your purpose? And a good few questions you can ask is, what are you good at? That you're naturally good at, you love doing, that most people just find terrible. For me, that is writing and self-improvement. Now, when you figure out what you're good at, ask yourself, how can you develop yourself in those areas and use what you're good in to help other people? Now that's the key. When you find what you're good in and how you can help other people and how you can get better at what you're good in, you'll find your purpose. For me, I'm good at writing, right? And so I just became a very good writer. And then I asked myself, well, how can I use this writing to help other people? Well, I can use the writing to create scripts, and then I can just speak them to you. And people find value in this. So I improved my skill of writing, and now I'm using it to help you. Now, number 2 is stay consistent. Continue looking for your purpose until you find it. Continue reflecting and asking those deep questions until you find it. This is not a one-day thing. It's going to take some time to find your purpose, but you can find it. It's out there. It's out there. And you can look up videos that go into more detail on how to find your purpose, because it's that important. So every single day, find your purpose, and then when you find your purpose, work on it. And number 3 is make your goals happen. But you can't make your goals happen, and in this case, you can't find your purpose until enough time passes. And you can't fast forward through time, you can't skip through time, but you can influence how time changes you and your reality through the actions you take and how consistent you are in taking it. You've got this. I believe in you.